Well, we're off to St. Ursula to investigate the drug trade. I'm the TheDarkSeraph. Welcome back to Trails in the Sky. Trails from Zero. Oh, you guys doing anything again? Sorry, Kia. We've got something to take care of. We'll be back in the evening. Want us to bring you back a souvenir? No, that's okay. All of you are coming home safe is the best gift I could ever get. Kia, my heart. Her smile has pierced my very soul. The grim atmosphere ran away at the first sight of her smile, huh? I love her. She is my daughter. I'm keeping her. Okay, let's go to St. Ursula. I think that's to the south. So, let's just get a move on. I want to walk it. In case there's anything I've missed or, you know. Also a good way to get Septium. Smack, smack. Oh, smack, smack. Anyway, this is getting real. The mafia involved in drug trades, which isn't that surprising, actually. I'm about to ruin this snail's whole fucking day. Unless I got an Invigorate, so when I whack these guys, I'm getting CP for it. Oh god. Japanese noises. I definitely understand every word they're saying and totally don't tune it out. That's exactly what I do. I don't speak Japanese. Alright, we'll have to check in and see if Dr. Gunter has any time to meet with us. I'd be annoyed if that's the case. Hello there, everyone. Here to visit Cecil? Not today. We're actually here to meet with Dr. Gunter again. Does he happen to be available? Let me check. Well, I see Dr. Gunter picked up. Well, Dr. Gunter, I see you actually picked up the phone today. You have some visitors if you have some free time. Oh, bad timing. Do you have some examination or research to do? I see what's going on. Planning to go fishing again, are we? I think not. You're on the clock, so you need to do your job. He's the same as always. Though he is exceptional in his field, his dedication seems lacking. Yes, it's Detective Bannings. I understand. Should I send them to your laboratory then? Dr. Gunter will see you now. Head on to his research ward. I love how she's just like, no the fuck you're not going fishing. Busy, actually I plan to go fishing today. The fuck you are. Excuse us. Welcome, everyone. How very nice of you to visit. Sorry to show up out of the blue like this. We apologize for getting in the way of your hobby, Doctor. It's fine. Noon is the ideal time to catch noble carp, though. But if duty calls, duty calls. Trust me, I'm not going to hold a grudge against you over this or anything. He says that, but I feel like he resents us for being with every fiber of his being. A fishing nut through and through. Well, putting my bitter regrets aside, what brings you in today? I assume you're here to discuss Kia's condition, but I see she's not with you. Actually, it's about something else. Kia's the same as usual, though. There hasn't been any improvements with her memories. I see. Personally, I still think you should have had her hospitalized. About that, we tried to suggest it to her a few more times, but she just won't have it. I'm sorry. I know we won't get anywhere with this. It's okay, there's no need in rushing things. After all, just keep it in mind. So what's this other matter? You could just take her in every day and then take her home when you're done. Never mind. I assume it has to do with my fields of expertise? Exactly. Would you mind taking a look at this drug for us? Pills. Such a vibrant blue, no coloring agent I've ever heard of would produce this. We found these pills among the possessions of a certain individual. We suspect that they are illegal drugs. I see. Would you please fill me in on the rest of the details? think I understand now. Sorry to say, I haven't seen this type of drug before. As a pharmacologist, I have connections in every pharmaceutical company in Zumeria. I typically receive samples of the newly developed medicine, however. I've never seen a pill of this coloration, so that's a shame. And what's more, the effects of these pills are particularly interesting. A boost in strength, focus, reflexes, judgment, even intuition. It managed to improve every single one of those abilities. Well, we haven't been able to confirm whether or not the Mafia has been connected to them. That minor is the only confirmed case. And nothing is truly sustained from Grimwood's rumor yet. Either way, I can tell you right now this is no ordinary drug. How about this? Allow me to keep 3 of these pills. I will conduct a composition analysis right away. That would be great. Do you know about how long this will take? I have the general medicine on me and the medicine on me and a general idea of its effects. I'd like to think I'll have its composition figured out by the end of the day. But if I'm not able to do that, this may be maybe take a more considerable amount of time. I see. I can contact you tomorrow around noon. Would that be okay? Thanks, that would be perfect. By the way, do you think there would be any possible side effects of toxicity? Without further analysis, I can't say for sure, but if anything happens to that minor, call me as soon as possible. Doc? Are you worried about the side effects too? No, that's not it. With all this talk of rumors, I was reminded of one recently. Remember, none of this has been officially confirmed or explained, but several years back, there was an odd rumor that floated around the pharmaceutical industry. And the music got fucking creepy. It talked about a certain religious cult that had created a new kind of drug. Do you mean they were a sect of radicals who split from the Septian Church? No, they were worse than that. Apparently, they rejected the very existence of Adios and worshipped the devils instead. That's what I heard, anyway. They worshipped devils? That story sounds more and more suspicious by the That chapel we found in the ruins with the ritual chamber behind it. I definitely thought it was absurd when I first heard it. However, I can't help but recall the effects of the medicine that they allegedly created. It was said that they borrowed the power of the devils to unlock hidden potential within humans, even bringing the user good luck. That sounds like the effects of these pills. Dr. Gunter? Do you know the name of that drug? What was it called again? I remember. True Wisdom. Gnosis, or something like that nature, as the rumor goes. Gnosis. She's sickened. That's quite the thought-provoking name. Well, because of its absurdity, the story became somewhat of an urban myth. But you've heard the rumors of the secret society that was connected to that big incident in Liberal last year. Maybe the two are connected somehow. That must be the society that Estelle and Joshua told us about. Do you think it would be possible to have any ties to the devil-worshipping cult? Anyway, in order to uncover the truth behind these pills, I plan to contact some colleagues of mine to help with the analysis. While I do that, I will also try looking into that rumor to see if it has any merit. We appreciate it. A drug that borrows the power of devils. T.O., are you okay, honey? I can't say I was expecting to hear a story like that. For now, we should trust the doctor for the composition analysis. We should head back to Crossbell before it gets dark. Also, the First Division's investigation report might be waiting for us when we get back. Boy, I can't wait to spend all evening reading over a mountain of papers. T.O.? Is there something you want to talk about, honey? I'm right here.
さてと行きます。任せてくれ。
Tio? Don't be shy now. Tio. What's the matter, Tio Tot? You've been awfully quiet. I'm fine. Tio? The sun makes it hard to see, but your face is so pale. I told you, I am fine. I'm just a bit unwell is all. No. Feeling unwell means you are not fine. There's got to be some place to rest around. All right. I'll go get a doctor. It was just her anemia acting up, thank goodness. After a bit of rest, she should wake up and be good as new. That's good news, at least. What a relief. You said it. For a second there, I was getting pretty worried. Still, I'm sorry we couldn't put her in a normal hospital bed. Mine was the only one available. Unfortunately, every room we have in the hospital is occupied. That's alright. I'm sure your room will be more than enough to help Tio recover. Thank you very much. Don't mention it, Ellie. I have to work the night shift tonight, so it's perfectly fine if she wants to rest here until tomorrow morning. I'll be going then. Thanks, Cecil. We appreciate the help. Tia, if only we noticed sooner. Now that I think about it, she started to look a little sick during the conversation with DeGunter. If I remember correctly, yeah, when she heard the name of that drug, she looked sickened. When she heard that cult and the name of that drug, like, she's got connections to that cult. It was when he started telling us about the devil-worshipping cult. I'm fine, you know. If you have any questions, you can ask. Oh, you're awake. I'm so glad. Yeah, just worried. Please, there is no need to be. Tio without the headband looks different, but still, like, I want her hairband back. I like her hairband. Given that you were involved in an ongoing drug investigation, I know it's your duty to ask me about everything I know. Listen, Tio. Do you really think we should push you to share something you're clearly uncomfortable with talking about? While the investigation is definitely important, there are two separate matters. You're more to us than just a colleague. Above all, you're an irreplaceable friend. Everyone's got some bits about their past they'd rather not talk about. I guess mine kinda ended up getting hot anyway. But if you really don't want to talk about it, you don't have to, Tio Tot. We'll do everything we can to support you. Ellie, Randy. That's how we all feel, Tio. But if you decide you want to tell us about things that you kept hidden, if talking about them is what will help ease your burden even a little, then know that we're all happy to. When Guy went to take her home, she was abducted by the cult. He went to save her. I am constantly amazed by the embarrassing things you say when you get into one of your speeches. Not just you, but Ellie and Randy, too. Lloyd's cheeriness must be rubbing off on you. Yeah, I think you got us there. Clearly, we've been spending too much time listening to Lloyd. Yeah, laugh it up. I've already told Lloyd about a part of the story, but let me explain from the... I knew it! When I was 5 years old, I was kidnapped and held captive by a cult of religious fanatics. The cult's objective in doing is still unknown, but one thing is clear. They were attempting to obtain something by rejecting the goddess and worshipping devils. I think they saw me and the other captive children as offerings. Nothing more, nothing less. Simply a means to obtain whatever they wanted. Offerings? Yes, they call them offerings because sacrifices wouldn't exactly be right. Though I suppose it's still possible the term could apply to some of the children. The cult had several lodges and even was experimenting with different rituals. As for the lodge I was taken to, the rituals primarily involved various kinds of human experimentation. So is that why you've got those enhanced senses of yours? Precisely. Sensors were attached to our entire bodies and they were pumped full of drugs. They attempted to enhance our 5 senses using any method imaginable. They even tried enhancing our sensitivity to supernatural phenomenon by applying psychological stress and hypnosis. For 3 long years, that was my life, day in and day out. Despite all that, I was one of the lucky ones. None of the children could withstand the procedures, except for me. One by one, they began to disappear. And it was at that moment when I became the last child remaining that I gained this power. My hearing became keen enough to hear that even through a massive rock wall separated us, I could hear the others' final cries as though I was right there in the room with them. Monsters. Then something happened. Lloyd's brother Guy broke into the lodge. The team accompanying Guy was able to neutralize the cult followers and dismantle the lodge's operations. The resistance was strong, but that moment the lodge fell, most of the cultists committed suicide. Guy passed by countless bodies littering the ground until he finally reached the ceremonial chamber. And there he found me, the only surviving child. By the time Guy found me, I was wasting away, so weak I was near death myself. I was quickly brought to this hospital and spent several months recuperating. What happened after that, I've already told Lloyd. So that's what really happened. And in a cruel twist of fate, though I was grateful to Guy for saving me from that place, when I heard that he passed away 3 years ago, I didn't feel much of anything. It's as if, in exchange for this power, my emotions had stripped away. That's how it felt to me, at least. But I think back then, I actually wanted to ask him something. I wanted to ask a strong, impossibly optimistic person like Guy, how exactly should a broken person like me live? In the end, though, I missed my chance, and I ended up being recruited by the Epstein Foundation. And after that, I joined the special support section and began to live with you all. But even now, I still haven't figured out that answer. How I should even live my life. And why? Why did I survive? Why am I here? You don't have to worry about that. It's okay to not know the answers. Everyone struggles with those very same questions. Why are we here and how we should live our lives? There aren't many people out there who do have the answers to you. Me, Ellie, Randy, we're all lost, the same as you. I know I've definitely lost my way for a bit, that's for sure. Still, there's no need to rush to find an answer. We've got our entire lives to figure stuff like that out. But if you can't help but wonder what the answers are, all you need to do is keep searching. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. We can search for the answers together. I knew it, Lloyd. It has rubbed off on you too. You're all making cheesy speeches now. Why are you like this? Well, we didn't really have to say in the matter, you know. The moment we joined the SSS, we were fated to fall victim to Lloyd's sappiness. Randy's right. We're a team. We share what we feel, even if it's embarrassing. I don't really get why this is my fault, but I agree with Ellie's last point. We share everything. Embarrassment, our past pains, And of course, our smiles and happiness as well. Please stop. All your sappy feelings are smothering me. I don't know how much more I can take. But for some reason, it's not a bad feeling. Oh. That name again. And Zeit was standing guard over their bedroom. Well, Tio's bedroom. Kia's all snuggled up next to her. Damn it, that name again. Gnosis. It's about time you tell us. Tell us what my brother was involved in 6 years ago and about the cult that kidnapped Tio. Please, you must be aware of everything that happened. I had a feeling you knew that what was up from Tio taught from the very start. Of course I know about that cult. Back when they were at the height of their power, it was Guy and I who tracked down and took out one of their lodges. You? You were my brother's... Yeah, I was Guy's superior officer. I guess even back then I was a bit of an oddball. So one day I ended up with 2 unconventional rookies assigned to serve under me. One of them being your brother. Guy was impulsive, a bit reckless, but he was a damn good detective. The other rookie was like night and day in terms of personality. 2 of them made a hell of a team. Who exactly was this other rookie? Don't tell me it was that Dudley guy. Nah, Dudley was hired straight from the first straight into the first. That guy was practically born for that division. As for his other rookie, I bet you've heard of him somewhere before. His name is Arios McLean. And that's what Arios was referring to. When he could have been an S-rank bracer, he refused it. He was a part of the police. He was, but he traded his police badge in for a bracer's gauntlet some years back. Well, that's possibly one of the reasons why the police here in Crossville have such a rocky relationship with the guild. Didn't see that coming. So my brother and Arios both joined the force at the same time. Yeah, though Arios was a couple years older than Guy. And it showed Arios was always a bit more mature. He was already a family man with a wife and daughter. Guy, on the other hand, was a bright-eyed and he was foolish, a wild card who was always rushing off to help people. I think their many differences were the reason why they got along so well. A little less than 2 years after joining the force, those two were already being heralded as CPD's rising stars. Considering what we know about their skills, I can definitely believe that. To be honest, I was damn proud of those boys. After all, not many people get the chance to mentor 2 fine young rookies like them. Our squad was able to accomplish a lot in the time we had together, to the point where the higher-ups decided to leave the joint investigation of certain international case to us, rather than the 1st Division. You're talking about... it was the cult. DG was their official name, written out with their force sign in the middle. D, therefore G. The hell's a therefore sign? 3 dots arranged in a triangle. It's a symbol used in mathematical proofs and logical arguments. But what exactly do the D and G stand for? We never solved their entire riddle, but we did uncover the meaning of the name G. It stands for Gnosis. The drug Dr. Gunter told us about, the one rumored to borrow power from devils. This can't be a coincidence. It's already been 6 years. Oh, we're back to the creepy music. Those zealots left behind a lot of mysteries, but I know one thing. One of my decades of service on the force, this group were the most disgusting pieces of shit I've ever had the displeasure to encounter. The bastards used those kids they kidnapped as sacrifices at their lodges. So then the abduction case Mr. Grimwood mentioned yesterday was the D, therefore G cult. Had more than 10 active lodges spread all across Zumari. Ren. Was Ren one of those experiments? Jesus Christ. And they performed various rituals in each of them, summoning horrific devils, taking advantage of artifacts for their gain, experimenting on children. And there was always one constant in their rituals, a mysterious drug called Gnosis. This is a lot to take in. So how in the hell did you end up solving a case as fucked up as this one? Right. Like I said yesterday, this issue affected a number of countries, so we all got together and organized a joint investigation. Each country's army, police force, and bracer guilds collaborated. Under the command of a certain famous bracer, we launched a large-scale operation to round up and suppress every one of the cult's lodges. Oh gee, I wonder who that is. Couldn't be that that's motherfucking Cassius Bright himself. As for my squad of 3, we were in charge of taking down a lodge located in the outskirts of Altair, located in western Calvard. It was there that Guy rescued Tio Plato, who was 8 years old at the time. Tio was emaciated and barely responsive, and she was one of the lucky ones. After all, none of the other kids made it out alive. And even though what Tio had to go through was monstrous, there were even more horrific things happening to the kids at other lodges. Why are people like this allowed to exist? I feel like I'm gonna be sick. Compared to the criminals we've dealt with here in Crossbell, these guys are completely different. Yeah. At any rate, after what happened 6 years ago, the cult was completely wiped off the map. All of its zealots either committed suicide or suffered a psychotic breakdown and wasted away. Some have speculated that there are a few survivors, but rumor has it the church and the society exterminated the rest of them. Fuck! Ren is one of them! Ren was in one of their lodges. You saw her backstory in Trails in the Sky 3. If you don't know what that is, go watch the episode Paradise of my Skies in the 3 playthrough. It seems they like to keep some of them for personal pleasure. The nightmare known as the D, therefore G cult should have finally been over. But now these blue pills have appeared. And there's a chance these pills are Gnosis. Right now, that's just speculation. But if this is the real deal, I'm afraid the nightmare of 6 years ago might have resurfaced in another form. One that will entangle itself within this conflict between the two mafias. It sounded like things couldn't get any worse. Oh, they can always get worse! But if all this is true, we have to do something. I couldn't agree more. Lloyd, the one who killed your brother 3 years ago is still at large. I know. No leads were found in it, and the case was eventually went cold. Yeah. There aren't any witnesses either. After Guy transferred to the first, he'd only ever taken on cases himself. It's been speculated that the culprit was an intelligence agent from Erebonia or Calvard, or maybe even Revanche. Hell. Some have tossed around the idea of a Jaeger Corps or terrorist cell being responsible. However, there's always been another possible culprit in my mind. A remnant of the cult. Yeah, and I'd say that possibility is even more likely. For me, the whole thing is starting to look more and more like my chance to avenge my fallen subordinate. So, I'm sorry for how selfish I'm gonna be right now. But there's no need to apologize. We'd love your help. You're trying to tell me you didn't butt in before? Who can say? But anyway, I figure it's about time I told you. I might have founded the special support section, but the guy who first came up with the idea was Guy. This was Guy's idea? What about the SSS being created to oppose the guild's popularity? That was something I fed the top brass to get him to agree. While he was still alive, Guy told me something I'll never forget. He said that what Crossbell needs is the strength to overcome its barriers. A place where young people can make mistakes, learn, grow, and combine their strengths into one. He told me that was exactly what the police force needed. Damn, that brother of yours was something else, Lloyd. So what is the reason Tio joined the SSS too? Could be. I'm willing to bet she wanted more than anything to be part of the group that carried on Guy's will. Not that she's ever told me much about. Not that she's ever said much to me. I have no idea. Well, setting Guy aside for now, I think our most urgent priority is stopping the damage these drugs are causing. And regarding Kia, I think it's possible that what happened to her is related to the cult. I mean, kidnapping and brain-fucking kids is definitely something they freaking do! Pisses me off to think about it, but it does seem likely. After all that talk about drugs being the cause of her amnesia, unfortunately, I'm beginning to think of that as well. Can I leave the investigation? Can you leave the investigation to us for... Can we leave... What? So, can you leave the investigation to us while you protect Kia here? Since we have to coordinate with the 1st Division, we need someone to stay behind and give us orders while we're out in the field. Oh, that's true. You know, the way this case is shaping up, we're gonna need someone calling shots from back at base. Sorry, Chief. I know you went out of your way to offer your help, but this is the key to our success. Is that right? Listen up. Just like before, I won't be giving you guys any direct instructions. You can leave all the advice you want. You can have all the advice you want. I'll even take care of the comms for you. But we're going to make our own decisions. You're going to make your own decisions and solve this case on your own will. You up for the challenge? Yes, sir. Understood. Sounds like we're going to have our work cut out for us starting tomorrow. Fucking hell! Next day at 8 a.m. Are you sure you're okay, Tio? You can always wait here with the Chief in Kiev if you don't feel well enough to go. There is no need to worry. I was able to get quite a bit of rest, so I'm feeling much better than usual, actually. Well, you do look a lot better than you did yesterday, that's for sure. Still, I was pretty surprised when Kia told me she wanted to sleep next to you last night. I just felt like I wanted to all of a sudden. Hey Tio, did you sleep good? Of course. I can only imagine the reason I'm in such pristine condition is because I spent so much time with you. Yay! You're a lifesaver, Keto. Indeed. It's as if she's our very own special pick-me-up. That reminds me. I want you to promise me this one thing, Tio. If something like yesterday happens again, please tell us about it. Don't bottle it up. That'll only make it much harder on yourself. I don't mean to be harsh, but if you were to collapse in the middle of a fight, we'd all be in trouble. Roger, I'll keep that in mind. I'm a member of the Special Support Section, and I intend to stand on equal footing with you and the rest. So, thank you. I'm lucky to have people like you who I can share my pain and burdens with. You can count on us. Huh? Sorry to step in and ruin this little moment of yours. You're planning to question some of the citizens suspected of the drug use in this morning. Yes, sir. And since we are busy anyway, we have to take care of any support requests that come our way. Indeed, if we let this opportunity slip away, we might not be able to... Okay. Lloyd, it's me, Bixson. Hello, sir. About that. He seems to have disappeared again. Can you fill us in on the details? Of course. You see, Gantz finally woke up last night, but he kept fading in and out of consciousness, so we decided to let him continue to sleep for the time being. Just to be safe, I stayed with him overnight, thinking I'd report back to you today. But when I woke up this morning, Gantz was nowhere to be found. Have you called the casino or the hotel? Have you called the hotel or casino? Yes, but I was told that no one has seen him for quite some time. What should we do? For now, I think it would be best if you stayed at the hotel. It's possible Gantz might come back. We are already going to go out and gather information. We'll keep an eye out for him. Well, this just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And worse. Fucking hell. It might be an effect of the drug. So, let's... Okay, monster exterminations. We'll be doing that next time. Orbital staff enhancement. At the factory downtown. Ooh, it's got death blow. Okay. I'm gonna end this one here. Join me next time on Trails from Zero as I go do side quests and track down a gambling addict. I'm TheDarkSeraph signing off. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm on Twitter and Tumblr and shit. I don't even fucking know.